Hi guys, this is Sadik from Robin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to root any Android phone using kernel SU Next and SUSFS. As of now, the combination of both of them are proving to be the best approach when it comes to hiding root from various banking and payment app. And in my testing as well, this was the best method, and after that I was able to easily use all these apps without any routing issue whatsoever. But do keep in mind that as of now, I've only found a file for OnePlus 11. The steps should be the same for all the other Android phone as well. But you will have to find the files yourself. If you are not able to do so, then let me know in the comment section. I will find the file and then share the link with you if possible. So on that note, please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. First off, you will have to get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools. So get it from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done so in C drive. And these are the files of platform tools. Once that is done, you will now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's enable both the toggles. For that, you have to go to the settings menu, then go to about device, version or build number and tap on it 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. Once that happens, go back, again go back and now go to either system or system and updates. And you should now see developer option. Go there and enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone. Tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. Again tap on allow, and with this the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools. Type in CMD, hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside the platform tools directory. Now type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out these USB fixes and make sure that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that for most Android phone, you just have to boot your phone with the fastboot mode and use the fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight, unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. With this, the bootloader will be unlocked on your phone. In case of Xiaomi phone, you have to use the Mi Unlock tool or bypass the HyperOS limitation and get the job done. Anyways, moving on. Once you have unlocked the bootloader, you will now have to get hold of the kernel SU Next app and install it onto your phone. So let me transfer the files onto my phone. This will take just a few seconds. So let's change it to file transfer from here. And now let me transfer the entire folder itself. It will be easier for me now. So this is the folder. Now your first course of action is to install the kernel SU Next app. So get the app from GitHub. Okay, regarding this, what you have to do is expand the asset section, show all assets, and then scroll down till the end, and then you will see the kernel SU Next APK. Download the APK and install it onto your phone. Let's get that job done as well. Files APK. This is the kernel SU Next APK. Let's install it. And the app has now been installed. Once that is done, you will now have to get hold of the SUSFS temporarily boot zip file for your phone and extract the file. Once you extract it, you will then get an IMG file. Let me show you. This is the kernel SUSFS. So this is the boot zip file. Extract the zip file and you will get the IMG file. Copy the IMG file and paste it inside the platform tools directory, which will take a few seconds. Once that is done, you will now have to boot your phone to the fastboot mode. So let's get that job done as well. So type in the command ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter. So let's do that, and your phone should now reboot into fastboot mode. This will take only a few seconds, so let's wait for that to happen. And this file is a rooted file. It's a rooted boot IMG file, so we will obtain temporary root for one-time usage and then we'll make the root permanent as well. As of now, I'm using the temporary root because I want to verify that this file is working well and good. And if that is the case, then we could go ahead and make the root permanent as well. So simply use the command fastboot boot and the file name. In my case, this is the file name itself. So fastboot boot and the file name, hit enter, and your phone should now boot to the OS using this temporarily boot file name. And this should take a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And it will take a few more seconds and you might see the fastboot mode screen on your phone for a few seconds. This is completely normal. And wait for around 5 to 10 seconds. Your phone will now boot to the OS. And once that happens, you will now have to install the Horizon Kernel Flasher app. You may use any app of your choice. For now, I'm using the Horizon Kernel Flasher. So let's install that app as well. My files, and under the APK section, Horizon Kernel Flasher. And once the app is installed, tap on done. And now you have to launch the Kernel SU app. And from the Kernel SU app, you will have to give it the root access to the Horizon Kernel Flasher. So go to Super User, and here you should now see the Horizon Kernel Flasher. Simply enable the toggle next to Super User. And once that is done, let's move ahead with the next step. So now you have to download the any kernel zip file for your phone. In my case, I've given the link for the OnePlus 11 Android 15 base. So download this zip file and transfer the file onto your phone. Once you have done so, you will now have to flash this zip file via the Kernel Flasher. So launch the Horizon Kernel Flasher and choose the any kernel 3 zip file, which should be inside this folder, and any kernel 3 zip file, this is this one. It will now flash the any kernel 3 zip, and once that is done, you will have to tap on reboot. Yes, this reboot is compulsory. Don't do a reboot at the end. Instead, you have to do a reboot after every stage, just to be on a safer side. So let's wait for a few more seconds. And during these reboot, you might witness somewhat extra time being taken, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So with that said, the any kernel 3 zip file has now been flashed. Once that is done, you will now have to download the SUSFS for KSU module. So get hold of the module from the link. This is the GitHub page of this module. Download the latest build from here, zip file, and now you have to transfer the module onto your phone and then flash the module via the kernel SU as well. So launch the kernel SU next. Go to the module, tap on install, and select this module, which is the SUSFS. So select the KSU module, which is this one, KSU module SUSFS, and tap on OK. The module will now be flashed and will take only a few seconds. Once that is done, again tap on reboot, and your phone should now reboot to the rooted OS and with the SUSFS installed as well. We will have a look at that and we will verify that. Before rounding off the video, we will first have a look whether everything is up and running or not. So give it a few more seconds and your phone should now boot to the OS. In the rooted OS, we should have obtained root by now. So let's see whether that is the case or not. And this is the boot animation. And the phone should be inside the OS in a few more seconds. And now that is done. So let's launch the kernel SU next. And first of all, as you could see, the kernel which I am using, it's supporting the SUSFS, and the SUSFS has been installed. The version is 1.5.5. It's the GKI generic kernel image. I am using the GKI and not the LKM mode. LKM is loadable kernel module. I am using the GKI. So in the GKI mode, SUSFS is supported, and this is the installed version. Likewise, if I go to the module section, you could see the status as checkmarked sus. This signifies that the flashing is done successfully. You may now tap on open, and as you could see, we have now got it. So you may now get the required job done. Customize the settings from here. Implement the spoof on boot as well. Likewise, go to custom sus settings, and then you may add the custom sus path for the Magisk kernel SU or anything of your choice. Likewise, you may also add the mount path from here and tap on make it sus, and all the path and mounts will be hidden, and then you should be able to use the apps without any issue. Likewise, you may hide the custom ROM path, hide GApps from various banking and payment type, and get the required job done. Apart from that, you have obtained root as well. Just make sure to that in case of kernel SU, you will not get the super user request. You will always have to go to the super user tab and manually give it the request from this section. Just enable the toggle next to super user, and only then the app will get the request. You will have to do so every time. Apart from that, you could see that the kernel supports SUSFS and the version is installed as well, and the module is status is checkmarked. You could open it from here and get the job done. So guys, on that note, I round off this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section. And as I've told you in the beginning, these files are for the OnePlus 11 and might not work on all the other Android phones. So you will have to make some search. For instance, the kernel SU Next app and the Horizon Kernel Flasher as well as the SUSFS module will work across all the Android phone. It's just that you have to find the any kernel 3 zip file for your own phone. This might be a little bit tough job, but you might be able to find it, the GKI kernel, and apart from that you will have to find the temporarily boot zip file image file as well, which will give you a root access for one-time usage, and then we will make the root permanent by flashing the any kernel 3 zip. So with that said, let's round off the video. All your queries are welcome in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.